Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about a very famous celebrity. Her name is Kim Kardashian. She is probably one of the most famous celebrity living in the earth right now. So she is a very well-known reality TV celebrity who came into power with like she came into light when their family had this reality TV called Keeping Up with the Kardashians. So that kind of like brought her into fame, and um, she has never looked back after that. She has opened a number of businesses. She's got like a successful clothing line. She's got a successful like makeup line, perfume, and also their reality TV is still going on. So she's been such a massive star. You can call her as, one of the most successful, celebrity existing. And also, she has paved way for the new social media culture. So she can be called as one of the first persons to people to actually use social media to market things, to understand customer base, and then to start marketing and start promoting products. So she is one of the first people who actually, you know, uh, understood that this is a method that you could actually market things, use social media as a medium to market and then advertise products. So probably, a lot of today we have a lot of influencers, but I think like Kim Kardashian and the whole Kardashian family probably started this whole trend of using social media as a medium to project their life, because that is all they've been doing. They've been putting their life out there in the reality TV, and people are more interested in knowing, what these people are doing. And now they have kids and everything, so now they're interested in even them, and then knowing what they're doing. And in the meantime, these people like Kardashians and Jenners are promoting their products using that massive fame, which is actually the business model for most of the influencers these days. So now let's go ahead and look at the astrological chart of Kim Kardashian and see what are some of the key themes in her life. So Kim Kardashian was born on 21st October 1980. She was born on 10:46 a.m. in Los Angeles, California. So per the birth details, sorry, her ascendant is Scorpio and her moon sign is Pisces. So we can see that she is with a very strong yoga in her chart. So she is a Scorpio ascendant, and then she has a Mars in Lagna. So this is a Panchamahapurush yoga, one of the five strongest yogas to have. So Panchamahapurush yoga is a very rare yoga. Not everybody has this. Panchamahapurush yoga literally means five great men. So this happens to planets Mars, Jupiter, Venus, and Mercury and Saturn. So whenever these planets are placed in this highest position, or if it's placed in its own sign or Mool Trikona sign in one of the Kendra houses, then it becomes Panchamahapurush Yoga. Then that planet gets maximum strength. So a planet can be, having normal strength. It can be debilitated. It can be in its own sign, or it can be exalted. But the most powerful thing for a planet to be is to form the Panchamahapurush Yoga. So at this point, the planet gets the maximum points or the maximum strength to that. So Kim has that happening to her ascendant lord. So anybody who knows astrology knows how important one's ascendant chart is. So the ascendant is considered to be the single most important house, and the ascendant lord is considered to be the single most important planet in the chart. So whenever there is also a saying like, no matter what planets are strong or weak in your horoscope, if your ascendant is placed very strong and if it has all the strengths and positive Jupiter aspects in it, then you will, no matter what, you will rise up to fame. But at the same time, if it's the other way around, when you have all the yogas, when you have all the planets strong, but your ascendant is weak and it's not showing that strength, then there's very little chance of success, or it's not going to be as promising as having a strong ascendant and not having the other planets. So we can see that Kim is born with a very strong ascendant. she has a Panchamahapurush yoga happening in her ascendant. So this is a very clear sign of a great personality. People like this are, they are born to be successful. They have very strong personality, no matter how they are born, even if they are born in a poor family, or if they come from a very, unprivileged background. No matter what, people with this kind of setting in their astrological chart will always come up in life, because your ascendant is your personality. When your ascendant is so strong, you somehow pave way for success. So now let's go ahead and see her chart in detail and see some of the key planets and where they are placed and why she is doing certain things in her life right now. So this is the Rashi chart of Kim Kardashian. So we can see here that her ascendant Lord is placed in the ascendant. So Mars is placed in the ascendant in the sign of Scorpio. So her Mars is very strong. So she is a very, very strong person. She has a lot of confidence, and Mars is also a significator of desire. When Mars is placed in your ascendant, then definitely this person is somebody who had a lot of desires when she was born. So she had a lot of desire to become something in this life, to achieve a lot of wealth, to become famous. So whenever Mars is sitting in your ascendant, Mars means desire to do certain things in your life, desire to achieve wealth, or desire to achieve certain things. So when this is placed in your ascendant, this is definitely going to want to make that person more desirous. They're going to like desire for wealth, they're going to desire for fame, or like they have constant desires in their life. And Mars is placed in a very strong position. So this is not somebody who has meaningless desire. So this is somebody who knows what they can do and how they can do to get these whatever desires they have in life. And like I mentioned in the previous instance, so she has a very strong ascendant. So she has a very strong personality. So no matter what anyone says, she is a very strong personality. Her personality is, like, it could just come through anything. So no wonder she's so successful, because her personality is so strong that no matter what the setting is, she would have been famous, or she would have gotten what she wanted. The level of fame, the level of professional success, everything is warranted in her chart, mainly because of the Panchamahapurush yoga that she comes with. The second thing that we have to see is her career. So her career is ruled by the sign Leo, which is here. And you can see that Venus is sitting in the Venus is sitting in the sign of Leo. So what does that mean? Whenever a planet is sitting in the house of our career, usually it indicates, usually it has some influence on the type of job that we are doing. So Venus, as we all know, has to do with beauty, has to do with arts, has to do with luxury. So there is a good, impact from this, that she will have a career based on, something to do with beauty, something to do with luxury. So which is what she is doing. She is having a beauty line, she's having a perfume line, she has her own, clothing line now. So everything to do with self grooming, beauty. So all of this is indicated in her chart. And we can also see her career lord, Sun, is actually debilitated and sitting in the 12th house. So this is exactly where it is sitting. So what does it mean? So whenever 10th house lord goes to 12th house, it usually indicates there is some sort of linking between the career and the entertainment industry. Why? Because 10th house is going three places from itself. So if you see, this is the 10th house, and then you have one, two, three. So third house is usually indicated by media, entertainment, or some sort of like communication industry. So 10th house is going three places from it. So it's going to the third house from its own self. So usually whenever the planet is placed, the career lord is placed in the third house or 12th house, that is, three places from itself, usually indicates somebody with a career in entertainment industry. Somebody who's, like in a communication industry. It could be a journalist, it could be somebody who's just working in the media, or it could be a singer, somebody like that. So whenever the 10th house lord is sitting in the third house or the 12th house, that's a very good indication that the person would enter media in some way. So in her chart, her 10th house is debilitated and it's sitting in the 12th house. So this is one reason why she entered media, and that is her main career field. And we also know that her 10th lord is debilitated. So how do we justify that she's so successful in her career, right? So we also need to see that her 10th lord is actually getting something called as Nicha Bhanga Raj Yoga, which is nothing but cancellation of her debilitation, career lord's debilitation. So what's happening here is basically Sun is debilitated in her 12th house, and the planet that rules this house, Venus, is actually going to a Kendra, which is here. Venus is actually sitting in her 10th house. So what this does is whenever the planet or the house, the ruler of the house where the planet is debilitated goes to a Kendra, usually that says that the debilitation is cancelled. So she has something called as Nicha Bhanga Raj Yoga, which is a very, very powerful yoga, which means that initially people might have some sort of difficulty in that area in their life, but over time they will somehow overcome that, and that will become a massive success, normal, even more than normal success. They would get more success than what normally a person would be destined to get. So that is what a niche Bangraj yoga is. And we can all see that in her theme. Like when she started her career, there was a lot of oppositions. People were not, considering her as a serious star or a celebrity. They always used to mock her. They always used to call her whole, thing as the way she came into the public eye was not a very pleasant one, right? It was not something that everybody felt was a good way to be exposed to public. So she did have a difficult time initially with her career in terms of acceptance, and then in terms of like, um, you know, making people accept that okay, she is a star. But right now if you see, she has actually changed everything, and she's now in a very powerful position. She's visiting several countries, she's working with the president of the country, she's helping make amendments with the legal system. So these are very big things that she's been working with. So you know the power is indicated mainly with her ascendant, because her ascendant lord is very, very strong. So people who have Panchamahapurush yoga, especially in their ascendant, they are destined to success. They are destined to be very well known in their profession, or in any field they are going to be well known. They are going to be, known to the world as a very successful person. And her career, as we mentioned, the theme to her career is she should be in something related to media and something related with females, beauty, luxury, which is all seen by her Venus and Sun being placed in the 12th house. Now let's see about her the Shamsha chart, which would give us a little bit more detail about her career. So let us see what period that Kim is going through right now, and what are some of the themes that she has to go through in her life and during this current few years. So right now, Kim is going through her Ketu Dasha. So if you see, this is the time period that she's in, and she's going through her Ketu Dasha. So, as we all know, Ketu is considered to be one of the most spiritual planets. So, Ketu Dasha is one of the most feared dashas, because there is a saying that no matter how you are, how you can be an atheist, or you have no belief in astrology or religion or whatever it is, but whenever the person gets Ketu Dasha, eventually by the end of 7 years they would become spiritual. So that is the saying, right? So how do somebody become spiritual is when they have difficulties. So only when we have difficulties we turn to God and we become spiritual, correct? So usually Ketu Dasha is believed to be bringing like a lot of, like, especially for people who have a lot of focus on materiality, you know, it would be very strong to the point that they would have some sort of incidents which would reinforce that materiality is not everything. You should do something beyond that. So Ketu Dasha is, for most people, that is what Ketu Dasha is. There is a saying that during Ketu Dasha, if you are smart, you should turn to spirituality by yourself, or otherwise the Dasha would make you do that. It'll bring about incidents, it'll bring about difficulties in your life that you have no other choice but to turn to God. So Ketu Dasha for her started in 2015. And we all know that, Kim had faced a number of issues starting, I guess, from 2016, 2017. Like, there was a number of issues that she's been going through. She had the robbery, which happened in 2016. And following that, we also know that her husband also had a big breakdown, and he was having a mental difficulty as well. So we know that after that incidents, the chain of incidents that Kim had to go through, she actually turned over her life. She used to be very superficial, and she used to be very, focused on fame and money and how to be more glamorous. But these chain of incidents, which happened from, November 2016, made her actually focus on life, on what can she do better, how can she use her fame to help people. She actually turned over her life after these chain of incidents. So definitely Ketu Dasha is actually showing its implications, and Kim is following it in a very good way, because trust me, if you're not doing all of these things, Ketu Dasha is going to bring in more difficulties unless you understand that materiality is not everything. So that is why I feel like during this period, Kim is going to be very, very focused on helping other people, and she's going to change for the good. Like, she's going to do good things, because that is the main theme of Ketu Dasha. Ketu Dasha is all about spirituality, all about making your life for the better, all about you understanding that materiality is not everything. So for people who follow Kim Kardashian and who know their life pretty well, they will know how she was before the whole robbery incident. She was very focused on other aspects of her life. She was very superficial, very focused on fame, money, materiality. That was the focus. But after November 16th, when the robbery happened, her life kind of changed for good. And I think sometimes these kind of experience, tough experience, we have to go through so that we improve our life, improve our view in life. So right now we see that she is going through Ketu Dasha, and these are some of the things that she has to go through in her life right now. So this is Kim's Dashamsha chart. So for people who are new to astrology and who are not familiar with these Dasamsha and Navamsha and those kind of terminologies. These are nothing but these are called as Varga charts. Basically, what this is you have 12 houses in astrology. So what you're doing is you're selecting one specific house and magnifying it to see it with a magnifying glass, so you can understand the details of that house. So that is what each one of these antar vargas are. So Navamsha is actually magnifying your ninth house, but it indicates it signifies anything related to your relationship. And the Samsha is actually magnifying your 10th house, so it is going to give you a more detailed view of your career. So we can see in Kim's chart, her the Shamsha is Capricorn, and the 10th house lord, anytime you want to see a career and job related issues based on the Dasamsha, you have to see the 10th house lord of the Dashamsha and the ascendant lord of the Dashamsha. So in her Dashamsha chart, the ascendant lord is Capricorn and her 10th house lord is Venus. So we can see the sign Libra is a 10th house, and we can see Rahu sitting in Libra. So another big thing is Rahu sitting in Libra or Rahu sitting in 10th house is a very big indication of massive level of success, because 10th house is your status, your position, and it is considered to be the highest position when you're born. So the brightest position when you're born. So that is what is called as the 10th house. When Rahu is there, it explodes the implications of that house. So if 10th house indicates status, Rahu is going to explode the level of status or explode the level of success that she's going to be getting in this lifetime. So that is why Kim was able to get so much massive success. And also, like, the way that she got success was very, like, it exploded, like, all of a sudden. Like, she was nowhere before her reality TV or that tape that got out. Um, but once that came, and all of a sudden she was everywhere, and everybody across the globe knew who Kim Kardashian was, and there was so much curiosity associated with her. So this is a kind of fame, and this is a kind of status that Rahu brings. Rahu is somebody who explodes things. Suddenly, you'll be getting massive gains. Suddenly, you'll be getting massive fame. Suddenly, you'll be getting massive wealth. So that is a kind of status that Rahu brings into your life. So we can also see that her her 11th house in her 10th, the Shamcha chart is pretty strong. So that means that she would be able to fulfill all of her wishes regarding her career, because 11th house is fulfillment of wishes. So in the Shamcha, it means that fulfillment of wishes regarding your career. So that is very strong for her. So now we saw that Rahu sitting in a 10th house in the Shamcha, right? So we can actually see the time when she actually became famous. So that is actually during her Rahu. So this is Kim's Dasha chart here. And you can see here, she actually became very famous or even became relevant during Mercury, Mahadasha, and Rahu Bhukti. So this is where 13 July 2007 to 31st Jan 2010. So this is the exact time period when her sex tape was released, and then also like she became suddenly famous, and then their reality TV kicked in, and then she's never looked back. She became so famous. So Rahu is a trigger for her fame, and it's massive. So Rahu, as we saw, is sitting in her 10th house in the Shamcha, controlling her status and power and fame. So has actually kick-started her career, fame, and her whole fame that we are seeing right now. So these are some of the things that I analyzed or summarized from reading Kim's chart. So Kim's chart is, it's a very, very strong chart. Anytime somebody has a Pancha Mahapurush Yoga, the chart is said to be very, very strong. So we have to see which house is getting that Pancha Mahapurush Yoga to see that which aspect of your life would be strong. In Kim's case, it is the ascendant which is getting the Pancha Mahapurush Yoga, which means that her whole personality is very strong, and her whole life is going to be very successful, and something that is going to be very renowned. So her chart is a very, very strong chart. She's a very strong personality with a lot of ambition and drive. She's a very bold person. She might be very soft, and she might look very pretty, and she might look very shy and feminine, but she's a very strong person with a lot of energy and a lot of drive, ambition to do things. And from her chart, first of all, her ascendant is so powerful, so that itself warrants success. In addition to that, her 10th house has a Neech Bhang Raj Yoga, which is basically an indication of something which would start off as weak, or something that is weak, but eventually would become a big success, or eventually would turn over and become a massive success for her. So that is the second condition that I saw in terms of success and career path. And also we saw the Shamsha chart had Rahu in the 10th house, which again indicates somebody who's going to have massive fame, big status, and somebody who's going to get everything in big. So she is somebody who is destined for greatness without a fail, because of all these yogas, the most prominent one is the Panchamahapurush yoga, which is occurring in her ascendant. And that's a very, very very, very promising sign, because whenever your ascendant has Panchamahapurush yoga, it means that your personality is very strong and you are going to be world renowned, right? I can tell a few examples like this. Beyonce has this, Indian Chief Minister Mr. Narendra Modi has this. So, these are, and Narendra Modi, that like he came from nothing. Like, he was literally like, he was in a like a tea, owning a tea stall, and now he's ruling a country. So that is the power of Panchamahapurush Yoga, especially happening in your ascendant. So anytime your ascendant gets strong, especially to this level of getting a Panchamahapurush Yoga, you are destined for greatness. So that is my analysis for Kim Kardashian. And I had one small tip that I did not talk in her when I was going through her chart. It's about her progeny. So it was very interesting to see that she is actually destined to get only daughters. She had a moon in her fifth house. And we all know naturally she gave birth to North, but I think because of all the fertility treatments and some of the other mechanisms she was doing, she was able to get a boy, and then followed by two other surrogate births as well. But I think her destiny was holding her only for girls because she was having Moon in her fifth house. Anytime Moon is sitting in her fifth house, or anytime when Moon is looking at your fifth house, usually you would only have like girls, which actually happened in her mother's case. Most of her kids were girls. So that is also seen for Kim. So Kim is destined to have a lot of girls, but in this case, since she had some other help and used some fertilization, scientific methods to actually give birth, she was able to change that a little bit. So that was a small thing that I noticed in her chart. So that is my analysis on Kim Kardashian's birth chart. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you found this information entertaining and informational. So if you do like this video and found this information entertaining, please do like this video and also subscribe to my channel. If you have any comments, please do comment on the comment section below. And if you have any suggestions for any other celebrity reading, or if you want any other incidents to be analyzed, please do let me know in the comment section and I will make a video for that. But for now, thank you so much for watching this video and hope you have a good rest of the day.